Sasi ma'am, good morning. Vijay ma'am, good morning.
Good morning,
Good
ma'am.
morning, ma'am. Sati sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning,
Good
G.
morning, sir. Good morning, Sati sir. Good morning,
Good
sir.
morning,
Good
sir.
morning. Good morning, Shivashakti
Good
madam.
morning,
Good
sir.
morning.
Good morning, Shivshakti, madam.
Good morning, madam. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good
Good morning,
morning,
Satish.
Sasikula madam. Good morning. Very good morning, madam. Good morning, Sasikula madam. Good morning. Very good morning, madam.
Dr. Shivazaki, good morning.
Good morning, Vasuf sir. Good morning. Good morning. Very
Good
good morning.
morning. Dr. Shivazaki, good morning.
Good morning, Vasuf sir. Good morning. Good morning. Very good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Tomenta. How are you? Hi. You'll have to unmute. You'll have to unmute. Ms. Kema Babu, yeah. You'll have to unmute, yeah. Mr. Tomenta, you'll have to unmute. You'll have to unmute. We are not able to hear you.
Audio unmute.
You'll have to unmute your audio.
Unmute your microphone. Unmute your microphone.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got it. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
hi.
sir. Okay. Good morning, sir.
Very good morning.
Morning.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for joining us, Tometa. Yeah.
Yeah, good morning. Namaste.
Hi.
Good morning,
Good.
Mentor. Good morning.
We will start with a short introduction about you and a welcome note, Tometa, and then we'll start. So we'll start another 10 minutes.
Yeah, you let me know.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
We will start with a short introduction about you and a welcome note, Tometa, and then we'll start. So we'll start another 10 minutes.
Yeah, you let me know.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Samantha, good morning.
Good morning.
Ina, good morning.
Morning. Good morning, Ka.
You see me?
Pleasure. Pleasure having you with us again.
Thank you. It's very early here. It's not my time normal to be on the stage, but it's a new time and new challenges.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Satish, good
Meena,
morning.
Good morning.
Good
Very
morning.
good morning.
Everybody.
Good morning, Gunana. Good morning, Chapakena.
That is fine.
Good
Good Good morning. Very good morning,
Good
sir.
morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Morning,
all.
Prabhakar, sir.
Good morning to all.
Good morning, Meja. Good
Major,
to
good
have you.
morning. Major is John.
Join? He should be joining. He's joining.
Oh, okay.
No, he's gone off.
Oh,
Not yet. We start, Satish?
we'll start. Yes, we can start. Yeah.
Yeah. Vijay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Be where the world is going.
And that's exactly where you are with Ace Innovation. We don't meet people by accident. Everyone is meant to cross our path for a reason. So are all of us here today. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. To touch the future with a universal commitment, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, in collaboration with Ace Innovation, has initiated the 5-day international webinar. We have Ms. Sanjana, Assistant Director, Ace Innovation, to welcome the gathering.
Thank you, Vijay ma'am. A very good morning to one and all present here. It's my pleasure to extend a cheerful welcome to you all. Your presence makes us very happy. It is so wonderful to see you all here on this Sunday morning. So I take this opportunity to welcome our speaker of the day, Mr. Tormenta Jobate, TNTEU organizers, Founder and CEO Major Nagarajan Narayanan, COO Dr. Neena Gayatri, our directors Mr. Prabhakaran, Mr. Gunashekaran, and Mr. Satish Kumar, Vice President, Strategic Alliances and Global Operations. The participants of this webinar who has made it even on this Sunday morning, and of course our team Ace Innovation. I welcome you all and thank you for joining us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sanjana. We have Ms. Satya, Assistant Director, to introduce Mr. Tormenta Jobate.
Yes.
Thank you, Vijay ma'am. Tormenta Jobate will take you away on a magical journey to the kingdom of stories, myths, and songs. The kingdom of African griot, traditions with fables accompanied by the kora. The white griot, Tormenta Jobate, grew up in Munich and studied the drums at Danta Augustine Institution. However, his African soul gave him the drive to find a place he truly belonged to, his kunda. As a musician, he toured with various bands across Europe, US, and Asia, where he met a band from the Gambia and was invited to this tiny Western African country. He heard the wonderful sounds of kora for the first time, played by a musician who truly had mastered the Western African lute harp. Griots are musicians, historians, storytellers, and advisors, all in one. Their traditions are passed down from father to son, and they have enjoyed a great amount of respect among the people of Gambia for centuries. Tormenta Jobate was declared a griot. Tormenta and band has given over 1,000 concerts all over the globe and was well received by the media. He was the best German-speaking storyteller. The story CD Telling was given the award, was given the top prize of Barbadian state government. His band Jobate Kunda was nominated for the German Root World Music Prize in 2005, the BBC Award in 2005, and the World of Music Award in 2009. Again this year, award-winning storyteller and a kora player. We welcome you, sir. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. You heard my press release. I'm happy to be here in present time in Munich at 6 o'clock in the morning. That's not normal my stage time, as you can imagine, but like I just said, it's a new time and new challenge, and I'm very happy to be invited to do a little storytelling here for you. And yeah, as just the press release said, I got adopted in the Gambia. Gambia is in West Africa, is the tiniest country in the whole African continent. And it's a big storytelling tradition, goes back to the 13th century when Mali was a big kingdom, big empire of West Africa, and all states like what we know, Gambia, Senegal, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Burkina Faso, part of Niger, Ivory Coast, that all was the empire of Mali. And so the storytelling of the Mandi people, of the griot people goes back to the 13th century. And I'm happy to be here today and telling you some stories. And the first story I like to tell you, it's an Anansi story. Anansi is like a mythological figure coming original from Ghana, not from Gambia, from Ghana. So Anansi stories are in Africa, all over the continent. People tell that story, storytellers tell Anansi stories. Anansi traveled far all over the world, also to the Caribbean, and so this story I heard from a Caribbean storyteller. It's an Anansi story, and it's one of my favorite ones. And so I'm going to start with my performance, and I hope everybody there, it's kind of, to perform into a computer, it's always something different than performing on a real stage. I wish I could be there in India performing on a stage, but this is how it is, and I'm starting the story now. And this story from Anansi, the Spider-Man. Is there anybody being afraid of spiders? Is there anybody being afraid of spiders? I think many people do. Because anytime I start this story, I ask people, is there anybody afraid about spiders? All the women always say, yeah, me, I'm afraid about spiders. But there's nothing to be afraid about spiders. And so the first story is going to start now with a big storm. And when this big storm was over, you see a lot of big water holes, and around the water holes, there were many frogs are sitting there. And they made their sounds. Suddenly, the frogs, they saw a hunter passing by. And the hunter took his horn and blowed into his horn. And when the frogs, they saw the hunter, all of them just were running away. And on the right side, we saw a big yam field. You know what is yam? Something like potato. And on this yam field, the Spider-Man and Anansi were living there with his wife and 2 children. There was always a lot of work to do for Anansi. And every day Anansi had to work really hard. So one day in the evening, he lay at his bed and he said to his wife, "Oh, my wife, I'm so tired from working. I'm so tired." And me, I think, hey, I think I have to die soon. I'm so tired of working. And my wife, if I die, I have a last wish. Please bury me in the middle of the yam field, of our yam field. Please bury me there and put in an oven and put in some little oil and put in a pot. Because, you know, if there is a next world where I have to go, I like to eat my yams. You know, so please do me that favor. His wife was smiling. And nobody knows where we are going when we die. So if there's a next world, okay, I will help you. I will give you all these things you like to have. But now it's time to sleep and you won't die. Tomorrow is the next day to work hard. So Anansi slept. The next day in the morning, one of his legs were standing out of the bed on the right side and another leg standing out of the left side. That was an unusual thing. And his wife tried to shake him, wake him up. What I should tell you? Hey. Anansi died. And his wife started to cry. And the children, they start to cry. And so they took his body and they buried him right in the middle of the yams field. And I don't know if you remember what they were putting into his grave. They put a pot, they put some oil, and what else? And the oven. And then they were going home and cried the rest of the day. Anansi is dead, Anansi died. Anansi died, Anansi died. Anansi died. Well, you know, I tell you something. Hey, Anansi, he lied. Because he was not dead. He was tired from working and he pretended to be dead. In the night, he came climbing out of his grave and then he put it open there, he put the pot on the oven, he put a little oil in the pot, and then he sliced his yams in fine pieces, and then he fried his yams, and then he enjoyed himself every night. Hey, Anansi, every night he enjoyed himself frying his yams. So one day, his wife, she realized that there were many yams going and she don't know where they were going. So she was a smart woman. She went to the store and she took a scarecrow, you know, a scarecrow, and she put it on the field, and this scarecrow, she put a heavy glue on it. And then she went home. Well, when the night came and Anansi climbed out of his grave, he saw somebody standing there on his feet. Yeah? Hey, you! Yeah? You! Who are you? Go away, this is my field. Go away from here, this is my field. But this figure were not moving at all. Now Anansi got really angry. So he was running to that one and he took his first leg, he kicked it to the thing. And what was happening? He stick there. So he took his second leg, he kicked into this figure and the stick. The third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, because Anansi was the only spider in the whole world who had only 6 legs. Because normal spiders have, somebody knows it? Right? 8 legs. Anansi only had 6 legs. And he was hanging there at this scarecrow and he could not move anymore. So the night was over, the sun rise, he turns his little spider head around, and then he saw his wife coming over the field. And his wife, she could not believe what she saw. And then her husband, she thought Anansi was dead. But now, Anansi, what you're doing here? Anansi, what's happening? Oh, my beautiful wife. Please release me from this scarecrow here, release me, and I will tell you all the truth. What, you want to tell me the truth? You lie? You are a liar, Anansi. And because of you, we Skydust have to be ashamed the rest of our life. Yeah? And you know, until today, this is why all the spiders are hiding at the corners of the houses. And if there is a spider in your house hiding at the corner, so you know exactly why this is happening. They are there because they feel ashamed. That was my Anansi story. Thank you for listening. Well, the next story I'm going to tell you, it's also a very old story. And the story is called Tijani. So Tijani was a little girl and we lived in Africa. Tijani had a very hard life. Tijani had to work the whole day. You know, her life was really hard because Tijani's parents were dead. And so she had to live with her auntie, and her auntie was not a nice person. You know, her auntie, her favorite thing was to grumble about things, you know, and she never liked anything. And, you know, she was a terrible person. And Tijani had to work so much. Every day she had to clean up the compound. She had to wash the dishes. She had to wash the whole laundry, and not with a washing machine. She had to do that with her hand. And every day, in the morning and in the evening, she had to go about 5 kilometers to a river to collect the water there, like all the other children of the village too. So Tijani had a real hard life. It was not a good life. And, you know, so one day, her aunt were at the dark forest to collect fire. And so as she always, you know, grumbled, she said, "Oh, Tijani, that stupid girl. Oh, she eats the hair off my head. Oh, I really don't like this girl. How I can get rid of that girl. Oh, Tijani. The best thing would be the devil would take her." Yeah? It's very important what you are thinking and what you are saying. Because at that moment, a little, tiny, slim, bone guy came out of the dark. And he had big eyes in him. You know, his eyes were looking like somebody planted in his face. And suddenly, this bony little guy was standing beside the bundle of wood what the auntie were collecting. And with one hand, he took the bundle of wood, lifted on his head, and started walking. So the terrible aunt, she thought, okay, then I don't have to take that heavy bundle wood back to my home. So if this guy is carrying it, it's fine to me. And so she just was going after him. And when they arrived at the compound of the auntie, so the little bony guy, he just dropped the bundle of wood to the ground and he looked at the auntie's eyes. And she knew the bony guy, he would expect something. And, you know, the aunt said, well, you know, you see that pot here? There's a food here at the top. 2 days old, but, you know, you can have that. So, the bony, skinny guy looked his head. Then she said, you see, here, behind the tree, there is an old trouser. It looks better than the one you wear. You can have that one. Okay? The bony guy would just shake it. And then the aunt, she had an idea, and she said, You know, in my compound here, there is a girl, her name is Tijani. I like to get rid of this girl, you know. And every day in the morning and in the evening, she goes to the river and gets the water there, like all the other children of the village too. And so when she goes to the river in the evening when it gets dark, then you just take her from there. And you take her into the dark forest. And you know, I will dress her up in a red dress so you can recognize her. That was the first time the little bony skinny guy. She's funny. And she heard everything. Everything what they were. And so she cried. A red dress. She started crying. She wear this dress very slowly. And then in the morning.
Mr. Dalwinter, sorry for interrupting. Audience, please mute your audio. We are able to hear echo sounds there, please. A lot of echoing.
Hello? You're still there?
Yes, Dalwinter, you could continue.
Okay, so Tijani was going to the river the whole way. She cried. She was just a little girl. She was hopeless. And when she arrived at the river, her friends at the river asked Tijani, why you are crying? And Tijani told her friends. So they said, Tijani, you know, we are smart. We might find a solution. And in the evening, when Tijani had to go again with her red dress to the river, she cried the whole way. And when she arrived at the river, all the children were dressed in red. At that moment, the bony, skinny guy came out of the forest. And now he could not recognize Tijani because all the children wearing a red dress. And he looked, but he could not recognize Tijani. And he said, who is Tijani? And then all the children start to sing. I Tijani, you Tijani, we Tijani, Tijani too, Tijani too, Tijani too. I Tijani, you Tijani, we Tijani, Tijani too, Tijani too, Tijani too. I Tijani, you Tijani, we Tijani, Tijani too, Tijani too, Tijani too. I Tijani, you Tijani, we Tijani, Tijani too. The tiny, slim, bony guy got really angry, and he were running to the compound of the aunt, and he just wants to beat up the aunt, and she just could calm him down, and she said, oh, listen, tomorrow I will dress her in yellow. I will give her a yellow dress that for sure will work out. And the bony guy, he just could calm down, and he agreed. And the next morning, when Tijani saw a yellow dress beside her bed, she knew exactly the plan of her aunt. But she was just a little girl, you know. She started crying. Very slowly, she put on this yellow dress. And then it was morning. She went to the river. She cried the whole way. She cried the river on the way. And when she arrived at the river, all her friends were asking, Tishani, why you are crying? And Tishani told his friends. And Tishani's friend said, well, Tishani, you know, we are smart. We will find a solution. And in the evening, when Tishani had to go again to the river with her yellow dress, she cried the whole way. Her heart was beating so fast that she could not take it anymore. And when she arrived at the river, all the children were dressed in yellow. At that moment, the slim, bony guy came out of the dark forest with his big eyes. They were looking like somebody planted in his face. And now he could not recognize Tishani because all the children were dressed up in yellow. And he was going up and down. And then he asked, who is Tishani? And all the children start to sing. I Tishani, you Tishani, we Tishani, Tishani too, Tishani too, Tishani too. I Tishani, you Tishani, we Tishani, Tishani too, Tishani too, Tishani too. I Tishani, you Tishani, we Tishani, Tishani too, Tishani too, Tishani too. I Tishani, you Tishani, we Tishani, Tishani too. The bony, slim, tiny guy got really angry. And he ran to the compound of the ant and he just wants to beat the ant, and the ant just could calm him down, and she said, listen, give me one more chance. Tomorrow I will put her on a purple dress, you know, a purple one, because I know exactly that none of the children in the village have a purple dress. Nobody has a purple dress here. So the tiny slim guy, he calmed down and he agreed. And at the next morning, when Tishani saw a purple dress beside her bed, she lost all her hope. You know, she knew that none of the children having a purple dress. And she put the purple dress on very slow. And then she went to the river. It was morning time. Her heart was beating so fast that she could not take it anymore. And she cried a river on the way, you know. She could not see the way anymore because she was crying so much. And when she arrived at the river, then all her friends asked, Tishani, why you are crying? And Tishani told his friends. So all of them let their head hanging, because, you know, they knew none of them having a purple dress. Now they have no solution. They have no idea what they could do. They lost all hope. And in the evening, when Tishani had to go again to the river, she was feeling so bad. You know, her heart was beating so fast, and tears were running down off her face, and you know, she cried a river going to the river. And when she arrived there, all the children were dressed in purple. Tishani asked her friends, how did you do that? And Tishani's friend said, well, we went to the forest, you know, Tishani, we collect all the different berries. And with these berries, we just changed our clothes into a purple color. This is very nice. At that moment, the tiny, slim, bony guy came out of the dark forest. And now he could not recognize Tishani because all the children were dressed in purple. And she were going around, and he looked and he looked and he looked. And then he said, Who is Tishani? At that moment, all the children start to sing again. I Tishani, you Tishani, we Tishani, Tishani too, Tishani too, Tishani too. I Tishani, you Tishani, we Tishani, Tishani too, Tishani too, Tishani too. I Tishani, you Tishani, we Tishani, Tishani too, Tishani too, Tishani too. I Tishani, you Tishani, we Tishani, Tishani too, Tishani too, Tishani too. I Tishani, you Tishani, we Tishani, Tishani too. Now, the tiny, slim, bony guy got really angry. He was running to the house of the ant. And he was running to the ant. And out of nowhere, he took a big sack from his back and he put the ant into the sack. He tied it up. He lifted the sack on his shoulder, and then they disappeared on the dark forest. And ladies and gentlemen, from this day on, nobody ever saw the tiny, bony, slim guy. And nobody ever saw the bad ant of Tishani. They just disappeared at the dark forest. And from this day on, Tishani took over the compound of her aunt and lived a beautiful long life with all her friends. Tishani and her friends. Thank you. Now let me have a sip of water. Next story. It's a very story. And I will play that on my instrument here. It's the kora. The kora is the traditional instrument of the storytellers in the Gambia. It's an instrument made out of a calabash. That's here, a calabash. And it's covered with a cow skin. And through the calabash is coming up this stick here, and the leather rings here are 21. That means 21 strings on the instrument. And you play that with 4 fingers, with the thumb and the index finger. And so the kora, it's a very old instrument. And the story I'm going to tell you, it's also a very old story. It's a Sufi story coming from Sufi tradition of the Gambia. And you know, if the Jeliba in Africa tells a story, he's telling this or that, the people who are listening, they're saying, aha, so the Jeliba knows that you are listening. And if you are surprised, you say, eh? And if you are satisfied, you say, yo. The daughter of the big Marabu, Alhaji Yaya Toure, was a very beautiful girl. Her name was Yasmina Toure. Yasmina Toure had almond shaped brown eyes. And the special thing about Yasmina was the shape of her body. Anytime Yasmina went down to the big market, the whole traffic stopped because everybody was staring at Yasmina. So it started that all the young men
Performance.
the compound of Yasmina's father. The father, he realized this and he called his daughter. Yasmina? No. Yasmina, you know, I'm your father and I love you. And I like you too. I like to protect you from bad things. Especially like to protect you from men, because the men only want to have one thing from you. Yeah? I will tell you how bad things can happen. First, the man, he will tell you how beautiful you are. And then he likes to go out with you. And just by chance, you will pass his house. He will tell you that he forgot his jacket there, and he will call you into his house. There, as tradition is, he will serve you nice tea. And then he will put on beautiful music. And then, my daughter, he will jump on you and he will disgrace you. He will disgrace you, me, your mother, your sisters, your brothers, and our whole family. Yasmina Toure took the words of her father to her heart. And then there was about 2 weeks passing by. The daughter came to her father and she said, La ilaha illallah, Baba, are you a prophet? It was exactly like you said. I met a man. Yeah. And he said how beautiful I am. Then he wants to go out with me. And just by chance, we passed his house. He said that he forgot his jacket there. And he called me into his house. There, as tradition is, he served me a nice tea. And he had a nice house, Baba. Yeah? And then he put on beautiful music. And then, my father, I was thinking about your words. And you will see, I'm your daughter. Because at the moment, I felt something happening. I jumped on him and I disgraced him. I disgraced him, his mother, his father, his sister, his brothers, and his whole family. Yeah. Bambalechi, Alaji Bambabu Janyo. Bambalechi, Alaji Bambabu Janyo.
Mr. Tormentor, you made
Yes.
us go boom. A theatre play with natural light sound effects, situational stage setups, live and new characters with realistic emotions. That's what we witnessed and enjoyed. Thank you for that beautiful show. Audience, any questions?
Thank you. I just have a last little story. Can I tell that one?
Nina ma'am?
Yes, sure, Tormentor. You can.
Yes,
Yes.
you could go ahead.
Yeah, just a last little story to finish my story performing here. So, you know, it was time for the Jeliba, the musician and storyteller, to go to the market. So he went to the market, and there he saw the businessman Bombola standing just around a big baobab tree, and he was trying to sell a chicken for 5,000 dalasi. Ladies and gentlemen, a chicken for 5,000 dalasi? Yeah, that's a lot of money in Gambia. Nobody ever could buy a chicken for 5,000 dalasi. And Bombola was standing there in the middle of the market, and he shouted out to the people, "Chicken, 5,000 dalasi, 5,000 dalasi, chicken, 5,000 dalasi." Many people were surrounding the Bombola, and Bombola shouted out, 5,000 dalasi, chicken, 5,000 dalasi. So the Jeliba, he went to the Bombola and he asked him, "Bombola, how you can sell a chicken for 5,000 dalasi? What this chicken is able to do?" This chicken here, he can talk. He can speak. The Jeliba were running home. He took his turkey. He went back to the market. He was standing opposite Bombola, the businessman Bombola. He was standing opposite, and he started to shout out to the people, "Turkey, 10,000 dalasi, 10,000 dalasi a turkey, 10,000 dalasi, 10,000 dalasi a turkey." The whole crowd who surrounded Bombola, they were turning around and going to the Jeliba. And the Jeliba shout out to the people, "Turkey, 10,000 dalasi, 10,000 dalasi a turkey." So Bombola went to the Jeliba and he asked him, "Jeliba, now, how you can sell a turkey for 10,000 dalasi? Now what this turkey is able to do, this turkey here, he's able to listen." So that's the story about the importance of listen. Thank you for listening to me. And I hope you maybe visiting my website or going to Amazon on my site. You can buy my music there and my stories and my music from my band. So thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed the stories. It's not so easy to do that performing in a computer, because normally I'm having a big stage or a small stage, but I need a stage, in fact, made out of meat and blood, and have an interaction to the people, see people's faces. And but still, I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for listening to me. Namaste.
Thank you, Mr. Tormentor. That was amazing. Audience, any questions?
Yeah, so if there's anybody has a question, just ask me. I'm here for you.
We could have one or two questions, audience.
Yeah? Is there any question?
Tormentor, where do you draw that energy from?
Well, it's my energy. I have even more energy when it's not 6 o'clock in the morning.
You actually
Thank you.
colored us Sunday. Thank you. Really beautiful.
Honorable sir.
Is there any question from anyone?
Ma'am, I think you're on mute.
Sir,
Yes?
I have a question.
Yes, please.
The music which you played in Kora was brilliant.
Thank you.
Please tell us some more about that instrument, please.
Yeah, so the instrument, it's let me say, you know, you can compare that instrument to the sitar in India. The sitar is like the classical instrument. The queen of the classical instruments, you can say, in India is the sitar, and the kora is the same to West Africa. It's a very old instrument, and right now even I have a little hard time to play because I hurt my left hand. And but you know, this instrument is coming from let me say about the 15th century. And there's also a mythologic story about how it came to the human being. And it's an instrument, the strings are made out of fisher line. Before they were the skin of an antelope, and it was like cut it in small pieces, and then, you know, you make them round. And today we use fisher lines because there are more flexible strings. You can tune the instrument up. It's called in the tuning is F major, and yeah, it's the queen of all the African instruments. There is no instrument comparing to the kora on the whole continent. Any more questions?
Thank you, participants. Thank you, Mr. Tormentor. Now, audience, enjoy our audio to visualize the career pathway for the World Storytelling Championship 2021. Rohit, may we have you to play the video?
Yes, ma'am.
Before that, can I request, Ms. Hemavati Babu, I think, every time the screen is getting shared, can you please put it down? Ms. Hemavati Babu? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, who is this Hemavati Babu?
What you're asking, I did not get that.
No, Tormentor, I'm asking a question to, announcing something to one of the participants.
The line is kind of bad, you know, it's like the word.
Tormentor, that's not for you. That's not for you.
Yeah,
it's for Hemavati. Hemavati Babu.
Yeah.
Can you stop sharing your screen?
Yeah, okay. I see it now. So, right. Yeah. Is it you, Babu?
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of. I need to have my glasses. So I don't know what to do here now.
We have
So
a
you could just watch our
Play the
video.
video, ma'am. Play my video?
Yes, please play.
Okay, ma'am.
Sorry, I don't know what's happened here now.
Here is the motivating opportunity of a lifetime. ACE Innovation hosts the first ever World Storytelling Championship. Watch out for the latest information about World Storytelling Championship, grand finale December 2021, Singapore, Australia, Hawaii. Why tell stories here? Telling stories helps in inducing neurocoupling, ensuring empathy, developing early literary skills, sparking a passion for reading, appreciating different cultures, expressing thoughts and feelings, providing a window to new words, understanding the world, expressing emotions, exploring imagination, instilling balance, improving listening skills, improving communication, creating bonding and a borderless world. Who is ACE Innovation?
Ma'am, I have given my 2 questions on the chat box. Please ask storytelling.
And equip children for a better future.
Hello?
ACE Innovation nurtures generation.
Hello?
Madam, can you just talk after this is over?
The World Storytelling Championship gives an opportunity step onto the world arena, win the title World Storytelling Champion 2021. Grab fantastic cash prizes. Be a member of the Blue Watcher Club. Join the Storytelling Coaching Program. Commercial contracts offered. Earn special discounts on all ACE Innovation programs. Wish to be the holder of Myriad World Storytelling Championship title? Why wait? Make your perfect introduction by registering. Participate, win, become famous. Feel on top of the world.
So, is there any question? One more question from anyone? Do you hear me?
I don't think there are any other questions, Mr. Todd.
Yes, ma'am. I wanted to ask a question. Can you allow me?
Yes, make it a little faster, ma'am. We're running short of time.
Yeah. First one, my question too is that is storytelling business gets money oriented one, and how to make money with it? And second question to him is that what characteristics should be possessed by storytelling?
Yeah, so the first question is, as I'm a professional storyteller, this is what I'm doing, and I'm also earn my money with music and storytelling. Of course, it's possible. Like anything you do professional, you can make money with that. It takes its time to have all the contacts and to establish yourself into the storytelling scene. It's a worldwide scene. You have to go to the festivals, you have to perform. And yeah, so of course it's possible. And what was the second question? I did not understood that.
Yes, what characteristics of the person should have to become a best storytelling person? Characteristics of the person.
Sorry,
The characteristics, or what should a storyteller possess?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think storytelling is the oldest art on the world, really, since people discovered the word, stories came out, and I think it's a very, very old tradition all over the world. It's also a big tradition in India, and it's a big tradition in the rest of the world. And I think it's very important in terms of mass media that you have storytellers. And I think it's especially also for children very important, like in Africa, in the countryside, or like I've been to Tamil Nadu at the countryside. There's also people who, I mean, that was 93, it's a long time ago, maybe it changed. But at those times, there were a lot of people out there at the villages. I could not see TV and all these things at those times. And I think storytelling has been always an important part for the people to, put on the heritage, the traditions of the people, the morality. Through stories you can learn so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Tormentor, for that incredible sharing. The power of a good story encourages you. It makes you laugh, bring you joy, make you think, tap into your hidden emotions, and make you cry. But the power of a story can also bring about healing, give you peace, and change your life. Coach Mr. Shikala Raghunath, Senior Director, Innovation. Ma'am, we have you to the program.
Yes, Ji. Thank you.
You just said it.
Yes. Tumenta Jabarate. Jubate, sorry. Tumenta, I prefer calling you. Thank you. And you were
So
simply
thank you.
marvelous.
Thank you. Thank
You
you.
being with us. Yes, you being with us today, joining
Yeah,
us
so-
all on this all the way across the world, has been very, very momentous and wonderful for each of
Thank
us
you
here.
Thank you.
We've a lot to say to you,
I'm happy.
Samantha.
I'm happy.
Yes, we've been virtually enjoying and learning every bit of what you had to convey. And
Yeah.
very sure none would disagree with me if I say
Good my
those
English.
were those were.
Bless you
Could
all.
you give me a
Bless
moment?
you all.
Yes.
Very much. And I hope stage.
I haven't come to the end of it, Samantha.
Samantha, can
Yes.
you just have your
So the connection is like two questions at the same time.
Samantha, can you
Yes.
just listen for because Mrs. Shashikala this is specially for you.
Samantha,
Yes, sir.
I'm just expressing what I experienced now with you.
Okay.
Those were a few of the most exciting and informative times in our lives. And I'm sure everyone would agree with me. The way you had introduced your story was more effective than the introductions even the latest movies could give. The sound effect of the frogs, the horn blowing, the wheel twirler, and above all, your enacting of every incident proved you a great actor, more as much a storyteller.
Thank you.
Story one about Ansi with her 6 legs. Story 2 about Tijani. And the third, Yasmina's musical story will never ever be forgotten by us. That great musician in you was obviously witnessed by us. You wanted to know if you could give us the 4th story on the expensive chicken. Well, yes, given a chance, we would have wanted 100 more. Online sessions are difficult, I agree, but you proved you could do anything, anywhere, almost beautifully done. The narration, accompanied by those rare instruments and your extraordinary expressions, voice modulations, and those songs, oh, wonderful. Verbally and non-verbally, you were magic. My God, Samantha, your voice was as musical as no words could express. You're an absolute entertainer and a thorough professional in the field of storytelling. Your sessions have been so good, very enlightening and extremely charming, but truly enamoring. You have created a great ripple of curiosity and interest in this new avenue of storytelling that could become a profession that many youngsters would wish to choose. You've become rightly instrumental in this, I bet. You are a wonder, and all around the globe, people would wish to be like you, a true model in storytelling. Maybe a small phrase like thank you may not suffice, but the hugeness behind that phrase is to express a deep, heartfelt gratitude and also a delight in having had you with us to give those priceless stories. You were great and simply grand. Thank you from Ace Innovation, Tamil Nadu's Teachers Education University, and every audience here. Samantha, thank you once again.
Thank you so much, Madam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Namaste. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible, ma'am? Yes, thank you. A very good morning to you all. It is a moment of great privilege and honor for me to extend a hearty welcome to all of you today at this memorable event of 5 days international webinar on storytelling and art in teaching and learning. For well-written session on behalf of Center for Capacity Building Programs for School Teachers, Center for Entrepreneurship Development and Incubation, and Asnovation Private Limited, Singapore. First, I express my wholehearted and extend my gratitude to our Chief Patron, Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor N. Panjanadam Sir, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, Chennai, for his constant encouragement and kind words to motivate everybody to engage in academic process and progress, for his great support to complete the 5-day international webinar successfully. We are all really thankful to you, sir, for your encouragement, support, motivation and guidance for making our programs in a grand success. Thank you, sir. I extend my gratitude to our co-patron, most respected Registrar Professor V. Balakrishnan, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, Chennai. Without your guidance and motivation, these programs would not have been possible, and we shall be eternally grateful to you, sir, for your valuable guidance and support. Thank you, sir. I feel very honored and extend my warm welcome to the convener, Professor M. Govindan, Controller of Examination, Dean of Faculty, Head of the Department of Educational Psychology, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, Chennai, for his valuable support and help our team to reach the top and achieve the goal. I welcome you, sir. I express my wholehearted and extend my special welcome to the patrons, most respected Major Nagarajan Narayanan, Founder and CEO, Asnovation Private Limited, Singapore, who have been backbone of the event for rendering us with all possible helps and support towards complete this webinar successfully. I welcome you, sir. I welcome you, Mr. Major Nagarajan, sir. I feel very honored, and it's a glorious moment to extend my warm welcome to the co-patrons, most respected Dr. Neena Gayatri, COO, Asnovation Private Limited, and the most respected Mr. R. Prabhakaran, Director, Asnovation Private Limited, and the convener, the most respected Mr. R. Satish Kumar, Vice President, Asnovation Private Limited, who have worked very hard indeed for the last days to make this international webinar a grand success. An event of the dimension can't happen overnight and needs meticulous planning and execution and an eye for detail. It was a perfect mix of topics, teacher and teacher educators. We appreciate your hard work, your efforts and dedication towards this 5 days international webinar. Our biggest applause to both of you, sirs. I welcome you, sirs. I find immense pleasure to welcome the organizing secretaries, Mr. S. Balamurugan, Coordinator, Center for Entrepreneurship Development and Incubation, TNTU, Ms. Sasikala Raghunath, Director, Asnovation Private Limited, Ms. Shalini, Assistant Director, Asnovation Private Limited, Ms. Salma, Assistant Director, Asnovation Private Limited, for their guidance and moral support, and they have made this webinar a grand success through their motivation and dedication. Without their support, I welcome you, ma'am and sir. I heartily welcome to the organizing joint secretaries, Mr. Rohit Kumar, and Technical Head, Asnovation Private Limited, Ms. Sangam Mitra, Assistant Director, and Ms. Vanitha Murthy, Administration Manager. I welcome you all, and a hearty welcome to all the resource persons. We warmly welcome to all of you, the most pillars of the success of this international webinar. We welcome you, all the eminent resource persons. Last but not least, I extend our hearty welcome to the wonderful participants who have turned up in such a great numbers from various states across the country. I welcome you all the participants. Ends, not bad things. They just mean that something else is about to begin. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you.
world stories in the school education itself. Somewhere it got, I'm sorry, there is a lot of disturbance.
Yes, sir.
Audience, I request you to please mute yourselves.
Carrier path in the software industry itself, the storytelling is going to connect with the concepts of machine learning and data sciences. So today it is going to be an opportunity, and we welcome you all to participate in this World Storytelling Championship. It is an opportunity to compete with not only with amongst your fraternity, meaning children or adult or corporate community. It is an opportunity where you compete with the global storytellers, and also network with the global storytellers also. This is a great opportunity. I will take you to kind of a small presentation, and it will be a very short presentation. Just a moment, I will try to share the screen. Can you all see the screen? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So once again, welcome you all to this, the registration launch, which we would like to, though it was launched, we would like to share the details about the platform, Innovation World Storytelling Championship 2021. 2021, so we are going to have our finals, if everything is, perfectly, or no, we will have a session which will be a finals, World Storytelling Championship finals, which will happen at Singapore or Sydney. Or if COVID and the restrictions wouldn't come to an end, we would have this online World Storytelling Championship 2021 finals. It will be virtual. So what you all can achieve through this World Storytelling Championship strives to promote the universal bonding and friendship, basically the networking. You can join the networking community of storytellers. Stories teaches values and reinforces one's culture and helps to create a borderless world. That is where you connect. So register today for the World Storytelling Championship and win fabulous prizes. It is not only competition for you all to get motivated. We have come out, and there are a lot of sponsors who have come out to offer and motivate, with you all with great prizes and also cash prizes. So that the registration is open now. The registration is open till the 15th of March 2021, and the registration can be done online using the site www.worldstorytellingchampionship.com. So what is the vision of ACE Innovation? Our vision is to nurture a generation that would create a difference, which would make our world a better place. And we are traveling through this mission through the World Storytelling Championship. We mold children that are future generation into young men and women with the values and strength to face the challenges in life. Through the Blue Hornbill Club, we introduce a practical and judicious combination of academic excellence, extracurricular pursuits, character building, personality, and skill development. Little later during the presentation, I'll explain you about what is this Blue Hornbill Club and what do we do, right? So these are the places, so where our, the World Storytelling Championship nationals are going to happen. Tentatively, it has been scheduled in all these countries, with it meaning the countries have already confirmed their participation, right? So the country listing goes like this: from France, South Korea, Malaysia, Singapore, India, Sri Lanka, Indonesia, Australia, Kenya, we have Panama, we have Brazil, Peru, and Argentina, some of the countries who have tentatively confirmed. Other countries are in the pipeline and the discussion is on. So this is going to be our route map for the entire storytelling championship, meaning the process of storytelling championship, how it is going to happen. It is going to be totally transparent to the way of evaluation and the registration format. So upon registration, each and every participant will be entitled for a World Storytelling Championship entry coupon and a Blue Hornbill Club membership worth of USD $30 and shopping vouchers worth of so many things, and a lot of sponsors have come forward. I'll explain you about what are these actually. There is a very, very minimal payment, and it's a payment of, for Indian currency, it is 300 and US $5. The school championship winners, these are the categories, and this is how it has been briefed, meaning 3 winners and a thing into 5 categories, totally 15 winners per school to proceed to district finals. After your school championship winning teams will move on to district finals, and there is a fee attached to that, and which has been highlighted there, 750 rupees and USD $10. And this is how the evaluation and the winning categories has been mentioned on the right hand side. So there are 3 winners into 5 categories again, so totally 15 winners per district will proceed to the state finals. And from district finals to state finals, we have these categories. Again, there is an entry fee of 1,000 rupees, and which is again US $10. We have not increased the fee there. The slab remains the same. And again, it is 3 winners, 5 categories, so totally 15 winners who will represent the state to proceed to national championship. So the national or country championship, there is an entry fee to participate, USD $10. There is no increase in fee there on US dollars. And the national champion, there are 5 categories again, and 3 winners into 5, 15 winners to represent the country to proceed to the World Storytelling Championship 2021, which, as I mentioned earlier, scheduled to happen at Singapore or Sydney. The COVID restrictions come to an end. Otherwise, it will be virtual online. I would like to repeat it again. And on the finals, and the winner will get the World Storytelling Championship award, and only one participant will get awarded. And it will be a kind of a gala event, meaning it will be a kind of Miss Universe event. This is what we could assure you now. So now the World Championship categories and the details have been given there, and we have consolation prizes there again. So the 4th to 10th consolation prizes, and we'll have 3 winners again. So now we move on to the workflow schedule for you all to understand. As I mentioned earlier, the launch has been done on 1st of November, virtually via Dubai, and the registrations are on. And we'll start our knockout rounds during the month of March, and it will move on. So as specified in my earlier slide, so the categories, everything has been mentioned there, how it will proceed from school to your district and your nationals and to the finals. So this is our workflow, and we will have we are planning to have our semi-finals either at Singapore or Malaysia if COVID restrictions come to an end. Otherwise, it would happen online. Okay. So the World Storytelling Championship Finals is scheduled to happen during the month of November or December 2021. And these are the posters which has been created, which for circulation, it has been already circulated, and we see tremendous response. A lot of students have joined to register. So we see more than few hundred students who have joined already and registered online for this World Storytelling Championship across the country and few other places outside India. So these are some of the prizes which has been already announced, and our founder and CEO has been kind enough to announce these prizes It has been listed there. The prizes, they are based on the categories, and it has been listed there. It's for your view. And the first prize will be where 1 lakh worth of prizes. It could be your iPad, or you have a chance to win headphones or gift discount vouchers, caps and t-shirts, and or you could win some of the prizes when you move on to different categories. Hope it is clear. I'll move on to the next slide. Yeah, for the seniors, meaning the categories have been specified because they are the adult categories who are pursuing their education and teaching. I think could be a B.Ed or any college education. And there are there is a third category, which is the senior category 2, 16 and above. So which would get specified to even to corporate category, from the adult to corporate category. So these are some of the prizes which has been already announced. And we have a lot of sponsors who have come forward to support and motivate the participants, the winning participants. So as I mentioned, I would like to highlight what is this Blue Hornbill Club. Blue Hornbill Club was one of the sister concerns of ACE Innovation Singapore and ACE Innovation India. So Blue Hornbill Club, upon registration for the World Storytelling Championship online, every participant will get to have one coupon. So what is that benefit to a participant? What do they get? So they have an opportunity to get into our online inauguration storytelling fest, which is happening every day, starting from 1st of November. Every day we have storytellers from across the globe sharing stories, very interesting stories using different tools. There's a great opportunity to learn for you all. We would request you all to join again for those sessions. Maybe you would share if you're all interested even now. But upon registration, you will be invited to join for all those sessions. And we have come out with life skill programs, a lot of interesting life skill programs which has been scheduled. So for the children community, so they would have these programs and disaster management programs. And not only that, just we are the verge of signing up with the Cambridge English, and we are verge of signing up with the Shakespeare's programs. And these are programs which will come out with the student membership thing, or it would be come out with the highly subsidized cost on being a member of the Blue Hornbill Club. There are some of the complimentary sessions which you all can attend, being a part of the Blue Hornbill Club upon registration of the World Storytelling Championship online. These are 2-hour programs of the personality development, the motivational or the communication-based curriculum-related programs, which will be a great support for you all in the teaching community. ACE Innovations e-learning programs, you get to join to our ACE Innovations e-learning programs on a highly subsidized fee. So this is in addition to what you get on your Blue Hornbill Club membership. And these are some of the online e-learning programs on subsidized fee, which we are announcing. Like we had Paul Jenkins, you all heard him on the day 2, I believe. So talking about the storytelling concepts. So who will offer a program, online session, which ACE Innovation would launch virtually. So it will be given to you at a highly subsidized fee for not less than 500 rupees, course. So that would be the kind of benefits you all would get. Like that, a lot of programs are being lined up. So this is what you get on participating in our World Storytelling Championship. It's not only an opportunity to learn and get your skills on storytelling. It's an opportunity for you all to get connected with the World Storytelling Network. And not only that, it's an opportunity for you all to share and prove that you are a great storyteller. So this is what ACE Innovation offers. And do not miss this great opportunity of the year. Get your students, get your known ones to register today. Your student could be the 2021 World Storytelling Champion. Thank you all. We look forward to see you all in our Storytelling Championship Awards. Thank you all, and look forward to connecting with you all in the future. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. for your
Thank you.
presentation. Let's move forward now. Leadership is the capacity to turn vision into reality, and a person who constantly empowers us to turn our visions into realities is Mr. Prabhakaran, Director, ACE Innovation. I welcome you, sir, to introduce our guest speaker.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Mr. Sarvesh Kumar Goyal's passion for making a difference in the lives of people gravitated towards the field of education, which led to the formation of Nandini Charitable Trust, of which he is the chairperson. In no time, this in turn led to the inception of G.D. Goenka Public School in Lucknow, which is a premier CBSE institution in the country today. It started with a glorious vision to create a dynamic environment conducive to creative learning and innovative direction, providing global education with its feet firmly grounded on Indian soil. With more than 24 years of success in diversified business ventures, Mr. Sarvesh Kumar Goyal, born in 1975 in village Rewari, Haryana, to a business family, never lost sight of his goals, even as he succeeded with establishing timber business in Lucknow at the young age of 18. His business achievements at such a young age were also recognized by the leading English newspaper, The Pioneer, in the year 1999. He pursued a college degree in commerce from Lucknow University because education of Mr. Goyal meant to learn more on how to augment his dreams. Mr. Sarvesh Kumar Goyal is a member of a joint family, comes from a business background with agriculture and agro industries establishments in Keri and Shahjahanpur districts of UP. He built his foundation from scratch, and in his journey so far, there were many obstacles and hurdles, which he waded through with his persistent and optimistic approach. A young entrepreneur became an inspiring businessman and proved his mettle as he established a call center, ventured into tiles trading, trade of stone and marbles, plywood, rice mill, cold storage, food grain trading, timber, and finally turned out a government contractor in a short span of 10 years. And thereafter, his dreams grew manifold. Mr. Goyal is the recipient of several prestigious awards in his illustrious career spanning over 3 decades. Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail, says a popular quote. Mr. Sarvesh Kumar Goyal did exactly that. Mr. Goyal took the road less trailed, and what a trail he has left behind. Ladies and gentlemen, let us walk the talk with this leader par excellence.
Thank you, Mr. Prabhakaran.
Thank you.
I'm Sarvesh Goyal, as the introduction has already been given by Mr. Prabhakaran.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Ninaji. I'd like to share about my journey so that I am able to tell you the importance of the storytelling in life. So I was very fortunate to have a very varied experience, be it from different part of the country or the village or city. My ancestors are from Rajasthan. I was born in Haryana, and my childhood was spent in Tarai region. Tarai region is in the foothills of Himalaya. So there is one national park in Uttar Pradesh, that is in Dudhwa National Park. So I spent my formative years there, and I studied in a school which was a temporary structure. So up to primary education, I had to sit on the ground to study. And after my class 7th, I was sent to a boarding school in Nainital in Uttarakhand. And that was a Premier Institute, Residential Institute of India. I studied there. Then I came to Lucknow for my engineering preparation. And somehow I landed up doing business. And to tell you, my confidence level was so low that I couldn't travel alone in train. I came to a city where I did not know anybody in the city. I came from village, so I did not know how to walk on the roads. I was not aware about the real life challenges. I did not know the difference between BA, BCom and BSc after my class 12th. And somehow I landed up doing business after 12th, and I could not pursue my engineering. While I was doing my business, I continued with my graduation and other courses. That was the time which, because of the business compulsions, I started talking. I was from all boys school, so I did not know how to talk to a female. So there were so many challenges that I could not express. I was introvert. Then gradually I started with my other businesses, as Mr. Prabhakaran expressed. After few years, so out of my 27-year career, for first 19 years, nobody recognized me. I did not know what is the recognition. I never thought of it. So after 19 years, somebody got to know about me. That person shared my profile, and by JC's, that is Outstanding Young Person Award, I was invited to Madurai in the south, and there I got that recognition by an NGO. So this is why I got to know that I have done something. But that was not, I was not behind any recognition. I was doing it because I was enjoying it. So I was in.
Audience, I request you all to please mute yourselves. Please do check your devices and mute yourselves.
So I was just enjoying it. The attitude was extremely positive. Later years, because I was aware about almost all the subjects, so it was not limited to engineering. I was a science student, so I could take interest in other things. Being a person from joint family, I did not get an opportunity to learn from my parents, and I was left all alone. So left all alone means I got the opportunity to learn all by myself. So this became the reason for innovation. Innovation means all the ideas that I was getting was fresh, because nobody told me that you have to follow this set of rules. So in whatever industry I entered into, I was always into innovation with fresh ideas, new ideas. So which always gave me the recognition in future. Similarly, 11 years back, when I thought of getting into education, I went on to see, because my child was studying, I was feeling something missing. 11 years back, people were only talking about marks. Marks means only academics. Academics means marks. So that was it. But this was not sufficient. Academics was only part of education. Academics needed, I am a marathoner, I am an athlete. I have played almost all the sports. So I understood the importance of sports also. Because all what we want, if you ask anybody that what do you expect for your child, so anybody will share that I want my child to be happy, or anybody in family also, you want everybody to be happy, but you cannot be happy when you're not fit. You cannot get happiness with your ailing body. So ultimately, first condition of happiness is your healthy body. So that is also very important in education. Now, I see everywhere that population is increasing, but in that proportion, parks are not increasing, because people don't go out. They don't like to play. At our age, our parents used to say, don't go out, don't play. You have to study. But now children, we say, when we ask our children, go and play, they don't want to play because they are more into digital platforms. So education was not only academics, it was sports, it was extracurricular, and then storytelling. Now the biggest challenge that I see in society for future is that we are giving our children what is in the market. We are giving our children that has a price. That means that is materialistic thing. So if a child asks that what do you want? So child will say, I want certain gadget and I will perform well. So we are giving that gadget first and then we expect something to perform. Whereas in your age and our age, it was reverse. So it is our duty of our generation that we are able to pass on what has been transferred to us from centuries, from our ancestors, that moral values, that universal truth, that whatever, this is where the storytelling is important, because that culture, that heritage, that how are we rooted to our ground, if it is not passed on, the biggest challenge that world is going to face is mental illness. And it is the basic reason that we are not able to transfer that knowledge. And the problem is not now. Problem is after 20 years, when that generation, next generation is missing what we have. If we don't transfer it to them, they will not be able to transfer it to their next generation. That means that is lost forever. Then there will be no trust. There will be absolute collapse in the society. So I see that the very big challenge, or it is a very big responsibility on the schools and educationists and educators, that through storytelling, which we have always been getting through our grandparents to the children, but now it is missing because there is hardly any joint families. People are living in nuclear families. They have their own career pressures. They are busy in their schedule. So now it becomes a big responsibility of schools that through storytelling, by promoting this, we are able to share our culture, our heritage, so that people are rooted to their culture and they do not lose their identity, because it is very important for our existence. So this is all what I have to share. I thank again ACE Innovation and Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University for inviting me here to speak about storytelling. There is a lot to talk about, but if I have to summarize that, then I'll say that storytelling we have to promote, we should promote, so that people are rooted to our culture and there is no society collapse in future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your journey with us, for all your wonderful insights and a mesmerizing speech. You know what the difference is between a boss and a leader? A boss says go, but a leader says let's go. I welcome a humble and a charismatic person, an ACE Innovations leader, Major Nagarajan Narayanan, CEO, to say a few words.
Thank you. Thank you, Sangamitra. Audible?
Sir. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Sarvesh. Thank you for taking the time to coming over to share your wonderful storytelling. You actually said what we have been trying to establish here, our objective of storytelling, to maintain one's culture. It's really wonderful to hear from a very successful person like you. It will be really a good message to all the audience, teachers, and fellow members. It has been an interesting journey of 5 days of storytelling. Somebody was saying that it was a tiring day. I don't think so. I think it's about 3 hours a day, 5 sessions. Must be a memorable and funful journey, I believe so. Our wonderful storytellers who came from different parts of the world would have shown what is a borderless world that we are trying to achieve in this storytelling journey. We agree that the stories are part of our daily life. We are all a make of stories. Teachers are always special and always remembered for life. All successful businessmen, leaders, anyone would not forget a teacher and their contribution to their life. This is job, in Tamil we would say, is punithamana tholil. It's duty born, developing the future leaders and CEOs are in the hands of teachers. So it's really a duty born job, and everyone is looking up to a teacher for direction. Though the workshop has come to an end, the journey shall continue. I'm sure Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University will miss its innovation. So to maintain our cordial relationship and to keep the storytelling spirit alive, Ace Innovation has something really special and exciting coming. It's going to be an annual event that we are proposing. These workshop objectives are yet to be met fully. The culmination of this 5 days workshop will be the launch of the Teachers Storytelling Championship, which we plan to do for this year. So it will be a championship for 2021. Details will be announced in mid-February to March period. We're still working on the prizes, how to make this more exciting. It will be an online competition, virtual. We will have a professional storytelling course built in for participating teachers, and certificates will be given. Very interesting and exciting prizes are waiting, including study scholarships. This competition will unveil the efficacy of storytelling in teaching. We hope to see a paradigm shift in the teaching methodology after this competition. So this journey of storytelling will be an ongoing thing for life, and we will meet regularly and we'll have this competition running annually. With that, those who tell stories rule the world. That's what we propagate. And thank you for this wonderful journey with us. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you so much, sir, for all your words. Audience, now that you have attended the 5-day international seminar on storytelling, we request you to come forward and say a few words about the experiences that you've had. We can have 1 or 2 volunteers to give us your feedback.
Yeah, this is Arul Priya. I have something to say.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I proceed?
Please go ahead. Yes.
Yes, I should say Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University and ACE Innovation Private Limited has been a beacon light, to ignite young minds, young teachers, audience, and whatnot. It has been wonderful. Please continue this social service to ignite the whole world. It has been fantastic. I have no other words to say. I have only one dedication, a song. ए मेरे देश की वतन के लोगों, जरा आंख में भर लो पानी, जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी. This is an advance wishes for Happy Republic Day to all the Indians across the globe. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for providing me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that feedback. Do we have anyone else from the audience?
Yes, can I speak?
Yes, ma'am, please go ahead.
Yeah, please accept my obeisances. I am Mrs. Geeta Srinivasan, teaching in Embassy of India School, Moscow, Russia. So it was really a great journey, and my memories are really fresh in this online classes which we have been dealing. And some skills are, I think, forgotten by the teachers because we are very busy with the technology. So thank you to the TNTEU, Tamil Nadu University, Education University, and the ACE Innovation for bringing up and refreshing our memory and uplifting our skill in this storytelling. So I'm really thankful to each and everyone, and I know as a teacher it is very difficult to organize any such program, and that too in the technological era. So you have done really a great job. Hats off to each and everyone, and thank you for bringing such a wonderful course. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your words.
Can I speak? I'm Dr. Asha A.K.
Yes,
Assistant
ma'am, please.
Professor from Aishabai College of Education, Mumbai, Maharashtra. Thank you, the organizers, for such a wonderful program, because storytelling is really an art we all loved and enjoyed a lot. And as teachers, as students, we have enjoyed stories. As kids, we have enjoyed stories. And it was actually going back towards our old childhood days when beautiful stories were rendered to us in front, or rather, it was picturized in front of us. It was portrayed in front of us by excellent storytellers in the world. Thank you so much for the wonderful opportunity. We all loved and enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, audience, for all your wonderful words.
May I?
Ma'am,
May I?
Yes,
Yes, you may.
ma'am,
Yes.
please do.
Hi,
Yes.
I'm Dr. Malini. I'm from Chennai. I'm a teacher from PSBB Millennium. So initially, actually, I was skeptical. 5-day workshop, what are you going to teach? But I would really, extend my heartfelt thanks to the organizing committee, because I have, grabbed on a lot of take-home points. I do write stories, and there are a lot of points which I have grabbed from these 5 days, from storytellers across the world. And I sincerely extend my heartfelt gratitude to all of you. Thank you for organizing.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you,
Thank
madam.
you for your words.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, audience, for your wonderful feedback. As a token of appreciation for participating, you will be receiving a certificate, and the university would issue it in the next 3 days. Thomas Arnold, a famous physician, once said, "A good leader leads the people from above them, and a great leader leads the people from within them." A person with such a quality in our team is Dr. Neena Gayatri, COO. I request you, ma'am, to bid farewell to this international webinar.
Thank you, Sangamitra, for those very touching words. That was magic. Good afternoon, everyone. Anytime teachers, educationists come together with a collective intention, it's powerful. Whether it's to write lesson plans, correct papers, in the library reading, or conducting meetings, or just planning an international webinar, when teachers come together with collective intention, magic happens. Today was magic. The past 4 days, sheer magic. Magic that brought storytelling to the forefront. It's shown us that storytelling is the most powerful way to put ideas into the world. There is a miracle called friendship that dwells within the heart. You don't know with whom it happens and when it gets to start, but the happiness it brings you gives a special lift, and you realize that friendship is God's precious gift. Thank you, Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Panchanatham Sir, for giving us this precious gift. Your decision to organize this 5-day international webinar has enabled us to come together and listen to stories. That one decision has made all the difference and will make all the difference in the days to come. Thank you for helping break barriers and celebrate storytelling. Success is in big things. Happiness in the small things. Ace Innovation with gratitude thanks our soul warrior and chief encourager, Mr. Anil Swaroop, IAS retired, for very happily consenting to be the chief guest and delivering that absolutely wonderful inaugural address. Our respects, sir. If you are happy in life right now, it's not because everything about your life is necessarily going right, but because a relationship that matters to you the most is going great. Relationships are like seeds. They have to be nurtured and developed. A relationship is in which you invest time grows. Relationships have to be nurtured with the investment of quality time to listen, to understand, to communicate, and to be understood. Thank you, Professor V. Balakrishnan, Registrar TNTEU, Professor M. Govindan, Dean of Faculty, TNTEU, Dr. T. Shivashakti Rajamal, Assistant Professor, Coordinator, TNTEU, Mr. S. Balamurugan, TNTEU, for being here, giving your time, and making a huge deposit. Together, TNTEU and ACE Innovation will build a great relationship. Thank you. Looking forward. Your today is not simply shaped by your yesterday. Your today is in many ways shaped by the people with whom you invested your yesterday. ACE Innovation, the ember is placed in the middle of fire so that it continuously glows with the light and heat of the burning coals around it. I thank the champions of storytelling who are ACE Innovation's burning coal. Storytellers who have taken us around the world in 5 days. We took off from India with Mrs. Jiva Raghunath, traveled to UK, met Mr. Paul Jenkins, took a detour to Panama, where Paula Martinez told us stories, checked on Argentina, Karina Garcia, went on a tour to Scotland with Catafly and Shakespeare, landed in Australia listening to Donna, then flew to Croatia to hear Elisabetta. A few volunteers later, it was to Germany to hear Tormento Joback, and Storygami we just missed, showcased by Helen. And France was supposed to be in the finale, but unfortunately, because of a mishap, she could not attend. We just flew back to India, Lucknow, to hear the story of this self-made entrepreneur, go-getter, an educationist, a gentleman, and a rock-solid friend whom I have great respect for, Mr. Sarvesh Goel, Chairman, Mansingh Goel Group, and GD Goenka School, Lucknow, UP. The fire inside him burns brighter than the fire around him. Thank you, sir. You are a refreshing change. Legendary living is in the identifying a cause that seems larger than your own life, on which you are willing to invest every breath. In everything and anything, this extraordinary man gives that extra and thus lets us do extraordinary things at ACE Innovation. Thank you, Major Rajan, for the kindness, the trust, the passion, and the leadership. It's nothing without you. Women are the largest untapped reservoir of talent in the world. At ACE Innovation, we have a large number of women and a few lucky men. Mr. R. Prabhakaran and Mr. Gunasekaran Karyabetan are mentors, guiding forces, and our pride, being one of them. Both are extraordinary people who do everything with extraordinary passion. Thank you for being you. Today's world is filled with one-quality wonders. But at ACE Innovation, we have an all-rounded personality, a kind of a superhero at the helm who takes a holistic lead. Thank you, Vice President, sir. You are our strength, Satish. Spearheading the ACE Innovation family is our well-read knowledge bank, walking, talking encyclopedia, our Director E-Learning, Shashikala Raghunath. Ma'am, you are as amazing as always. She never ceases to surprise us with that pen and prose. It's hard to be a woman. You have to think like a man, act like a lady, look like a young girl, and work like a horse. It takes a lot to break glass ceilings. She's done it all, and she's here today. Her, the pen, and prose of ACE Innovation, thank you. Beyond lemon, sugar, salt, and water, there is an invisible ingredient in the preparation of lime juice. And this invisible ingredient makes all the difference. I thank the ACE Innovation family for making that difference. Any work can become a prayer if performed with the sacredness of devotion. Dear ACE Innovation family, Viji, Shalini, Salma, Rohit, Jaya, Sangamitra, Henna, Sanjana, Dhanush, Vishnu, Ilakya. I thank each one of you, an important cog in the wheel that keeps ACE Innovation running, for your devotion and love. And I request you to become more and more devoted. We have miles to go. This program would not have been possible if it wasn't for the amazing support system that ACE Innovation has garnered. Our thanks to the members of the press. Thank you for agreeing to share this unique story, our storytelling. Our lives begin to end the day we begin to be silent about things that matter, said Martin Luther King. So we at ACE Innovation were determined to hear the voices of people who matter the most in India and the world, our teachers. And we did hear the voices of a charged and vibrant young India represented by the numerous schools and colleges across India. Thank you, dear fellow teachers. You are the stars of this story. Thank you for being a character in this narrative which helped all involved experience the experience. The caterpillar wanted so much to become a butterfly that it went into a cocoon to grow wings. The bamboo was cut to become a flute. The stone was chiseled to become a statue. Gold was melted to become a jewel. You are tested only to be created. The story ahead is beautiful. Ace Novation has come out of the cocoon with flying colors. We are going for the rainbow. Small beginnings with incremental improvement and sustained progress can lead to humongous possibilities. Ace Novation aspires for breakthroughs. Ace Novation inspires breakthroughs. We've begun. Come, let's go the other way to achieve the extraordinary. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for all your words. And on behalf of Team Ace Novation, I thank you, audience, for being with us for the past 5 days.
And
So before-
Sangamitra, sorry to
Yes.
interrupt. Before that, I believe Dr. Shiva Shakti Madam would like to share something about the certificates of the process. Shiva Shakti Madam,
Sir,
will you?
sir, I
yeah.
already messaged through WhatsApp
Message,
group
right?
and message box.
Okay,
Yes,
I
sir.
just saw that. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So before we leave, we have another short video for you all. So I request all of you to stay back, watch the video. Mr. Rohit, can you please play the thank you video and the Republic Day video?
Yes, ma'am, doing.
What is teacher? I used to say Guru, a destroyer. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma means Guru, which is the supreme God or Almighty. Since Guru
Rohit, relax and play it again.
What is teacher? I used to say Guru in Sanskrit. Guru word is creation, also called generator.
இதுல கொஞ்சம் chat box எடுத்துக்கணும்ப்பா. Chat box.
The teachers. Thank you TNTEU for collaborating with Ace Novation and bringing storytelling to the teaching world. We are obligated to this generation. As change agents, let's use stories as those who help stories rule the world. For more details, visit our website. Rule the world. For more details, visit our website.
Chat.
Thank you, sir, for the video.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes.
Ma'am. 2022 January, I could not submit the feedback link, but I joining the network from the issue. I could not submit the feedback link. Please send the feedback link in my mail.
Shivashakti, ma'am.
Ma'am, don't encourage, ma'am. Please, ma'am. Please continue, ma'am. Please, ma'am. Okay.
So yes, so any doubts you can ask them after the webinar. You can ask the TU team. Any doubts you have regarding your...
No, ma'am, 5 days attendance is must. Excuse me, dear participants, for those who filled attendance link for 5 days will receive certificate form within 3 days to your mail. Fill it up to get your certificate. Attendance must already. We are announced your registration link also. Already we are announced. Okay. Okay, ma'am. Please, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, audience. Thank you, everybody, for being with us for the past 5 days. And hope you have a great time today and in future. Please do visit our website for more information on the World Storytelling Championship. Thank you.
Ma'am, any doubt? Hello?
You may.
Thank you, Major Rajan sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Gunasegaran
Thank you,
sir.
Shivashakti, madam.
Thank you, sir. Kumar sir. Thank you, Sasikala ma'am. Thank you, Neena ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rohit sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Sangamitra. Thank you, Vanita. Thank you, Salma and Shalini. And thank you, Esmavation, all the teams. Thank you so much on behalf of Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University. We are proud of you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We are proud.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shivashakti.
Hello, ma'am.
You were wonderful. You were, you were such an easy person to deal with. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
She did a trouble-free hosting for the last 5 days.
I know. She's done such a tremendous
Trouble-free
work.
hosting. Fantastic.
Hello, ma'am.
Thank you.
Hello.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for the support, madam.
Hello, ma'am.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
You know, this is regarding the certificate doubts.
Hello, ma'am.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Wonderful
much. Thank
time.
you, all the wonderful participants. Thank you
Yes.
so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Two important ladies did, including Neena ji. Thank you for the
Yes,
wonderful speech, thanking speech. Thank
Hello.
you, sir, for arranging this big thing.
Thank you. Thank you, Major.
Thanks, Major.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Prabhakaran, and our other director,
Hello.
Guna.
Thank you, Major.
Thank you,
sir. Thank you,
Thank
Major.
you.
Thank you, Major.
Thank you, Madam
Prabhakar sir, Guna
Sasikala.
sir,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, team Esnavation.
Yeah, team innovation. Everyone was awesome. Everyone was awesome today.
Yes. Thank you, Vijay, Sangamitra. Wonderful show.
Sanjuna,
Good hosting.
Satya.
Sanjana,
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Danush,
Shalini,
Henna,
Satya,
Shalini.
Danush,
Yeah.
Hannah,
Neena ma'am.
Thank you
Yes,
so
Rohit.
much.
Thanks, Rohit.
Rohit, good
Hello,
job.
madam.
Rohit.
Hello.
Major sir, I wanted to tell
Yeah,
something
yes,
for Neena
Rohit.
ma'am.
Yes.
Or
Go
ma'am
ahead.
said now.
Hello,
Yeah,
ma'am.
ma'am
Hello.
said, like,
1 minute,
Mr.
Rohit.
Pradeep.
Rohit, just a moment. Shivashakti madam would like to say
Yes, sir,
something.
Sir,
Just a moment.
sir, noted,
Shivashakti madam would like to say something.
sir,
Hello.
noted participants' name also. Please, participants, don't worry. We are noted all participants' name also. Satish sir, feedback from
madam.
சொன்ன உடனே செகண்ட் டே ஃபில்அப் பண்ணல தேர்ட் டே ஃபில்அப் பண்ணாலும் ஃபீல் பண்றாங்க. பட் எல்லாரோட நேமும் நம்ம நோட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். 5 நாள் பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணவங்களுக்கு நம்ம கொடுத்துடலாம்.
Yes,
Madam,
yes.
madam.
Yes, madam. Thank you. We will.
Madam, 2022 जामनगर का feedback link.
Pradeep sir, we will send it to you. You can please leave right now. Thank you. Thank you so much, Pradeep sir. It will be sent to you.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
He attended the son also since yesterday. He's been doing the same. Thanks, Pradeep.
Ma'am, Neena ma'am.
Yes, Rohit.
I have a few words for all the wonderful women here. For
Yes.
Shivashakti ma'am, Neena ma'am, Shishikala ma'am, all the wonderful ladies. Like you said in your speech, that all the wonderful women and lucky men are here. So it's true.
And the fuel.
Well, listen, 1 second. You know what? You know the Mahasakti. It says Parvati ji is like the Sakti. Without her, Mahadev Devji is also like nothing. So he always get the help of Parvati ji. So without you people, we are nothing.
And without you,
Actually, we are privileged. We are privileged to be among them.
Rohit wants to specify that without Jaya, he's not there. Rohit?
yes. Jia, thank you. She
Yes,
was so quietly behind, She's one person who never comes to the limelight.
Yeah.
Very talented.
Thank you, Jaya. Thank you, Rohit.
Thanks, Jia. Thanks, Rohit.
Thank you, Rohit.
Those videos were awesome.
Yes.
Huh?
Videos were
We are putting in YouTube now. Putting on YouTube now.
put.
Great.
Gunasekarna, you spoke very well.
Thank you so much.
Major, you don't even have to say. You just
All
come.
of you.
You disappear and then you
But Neena, I just want to say something. Neena,
What now?
everyone spoke, but you stole the shot last.
Yes.
It's such a wonderful.